Now get ready. Here we go.
For this trip, we showed up to Knott's Berry Farm for the legendary hunt. Now, I was really excited to come here, and so was the son, because this is our first time coming to Knott's for the hunt, and the hunt is quite legendary all the way around. It's one of the places that a lot of parks aspire to be, like Knott's Berry Farm of all things. So we were quite excited to see what the atmosphere held different to the many years of Six Flags Fright Fest and things like that. So we were eagerly showed up around, I don't know, about 7 o'clock to head through the gates. And this was the second park of the day for us, so we were already quite exhausted. We'd been up since about 1 a.m. that morning, California time. And we were heading out into the park to see what was around and what we can get into and what we could see. The first stop of the night was Silver Bullet. The last time we were at this park, the son wasn't tall enough to ride, so this is the first time on the ride for him, and quite excited to hear his feedback on that one. He really enjoyed the ride. I didn't get a lot of feedback recorded on this because most of the stuff was at nighttime, so I wasn't too focused on recording video because it was really hard to see in a lot of places. But he really enjoyed that ride, and Silver Bullet at nighttime is quite an amazing ride to get on. I could see why it's one of the top for everyone's favorites.
Boy, oh boy. Accelerator. Get a night shot in.
Just had to confirm that I was not too tall to ride the ride, because that could happen to you sometimes if you're too tall.
This is the Montezuma's Revenge rear spike covered up.
A lot of times what they have to do for this stuff, the reason why they've covered it is because it's undergoing either some reinforcement or painting on the inside. Now, that was a old Schwarzkopf ride, so the paint was very old, which means it's like, why does that matter? So that means that the paint would have contained lead in it more than likely. I remember when we got a Schwarzkopf ride transplanted to my park, we had to send it to a completely different state to have the lead paint stripped off of it because it's an extreme hazard, and then repainted with a traditional paint that we have these days. So probably one of the things they're doing with that structure around there is containing the lead paint on the other side as they get it off the ride. One of the things we were hoping to see was a bunch of sliders in action. It's my son's favorite thing, so we didn't get to really see that because at Knott's, everyone just travels around as they're going. They don't really stay in one spot, so we had a difficult time following around some of the characters to see how things were going, what they were doing. Now, we did not attack this haunt with in mind to go through a whole bunch of haunted houses. We wanted to see more of the scare actors working in person than anything else. But out of all of them, we decided to go through Cinema Slasher. And it was really good. Knott did a really good job putting everything together and keeping everybody moving through quickly so the lines didn't get insanely long on the day we were there. This was a Wednesday evening, so it really wasn't bad at all. But we enjoyed the one haunted house we did do, and we did get some chances to see some other sliders and stuff in action around the park as we continued to make our rounds. No haunt would be complete without, of course, riding a water ride, so we went on the Calico Mine Ride. That was fun. On to continue for the Fright festivities. That's really nice looking. That's really cool.
Welcome back, riders. Exit to the left. Don't forget your loose articles. Have a great rest of the night here at Knott Farm. Riders lean forward, prepare to launch. Bye-bye. Loose articles, get the putty.
Okay, just got off Ghost Rider. It's a great ride, but it was a 2-hour line. I don't know, was it worth 2 hours?
I don't think it was worth 2 hours.
He thinks it was worth 2 hours, so it's midnight now. Hopefully get back to the hotel just before 1, and that'll make it a 24-hour day for me. Looking forward to bed. We had a great time this evening. The video was kind of underwhelming for it because we were honestly so exhausted and tired at that point, coming up on 24 hours, plus a full day of traveling halfway across the U.S. and everything else. So we were definitely getting sleep deprived at that point, but that Ghost Rider was worth the 2-hour wait, and we really enjoyed that, and that thing was just hauling butt around that track. Every time I ride that thing, I always question how healthy the laminate stack is, because it feels like the train just tries to tear it apart on some of those flat corners. But it was a great ride. If this is your first time here, make sure you like and subscribe, do all that stuff downstairs. It helps me out. And for all of you that know, stay off the air gates. Bye.